fake Facebook man, posting lies about my life which no one else can. Filters on my face to disguise my age, showing money that I don't have. There's words on my page. Why don't you come and join my team? It's called living the fake Facebook life dream. If they post a pic of me eating clean, but it's pizza and burgers for dinner, you know what I mean. A snapshot of vacations that I got no money to take. Send you one of my sports car, you know that it's a fake. Got my love loaded up with things that aren't even true. Pretending on Facebook is my thing to do. Yeah, 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 yeah.
2,000 friends, which I've never done met. A pic of my lunch is what you're gonna get. I had a post of your baby, say it's one darn cute kid. But I lied, cause it's ugly, that's called an online fib. I talk about success in my job and the pending promotion, but in reality it's a psych, cause I got a demotion.
Call me the fake Facebook man, posting lies about my life which no one else can. Filters on my face to disguise my age, showing money that I don't have. There's words on my page. Why don't you come and join my team? It's called living a fake Facebook life dream.
You block me on Facebook without a judge, jury, or trial. I'll be creeping you the next day with a shiny new profile. See a pic of my family? Yeah, we're having a good time. Well, the joke's on you. We have not talked in 8 months or 9. I'll tell you about the weather and the stuff you don't need to know. I'll fake a good illness so the sympathy will grow. I'll ask you to donate to my made-up cause and post selfies on the daily. That ain't breaking no laws. So don't judge the life of the fake Facebook man, pretending to be happy like no one else can. All right, Kevin. I do the regular flip you over, and were you? Did you know we were on at 7 o'clock tonight? Because you know,
I knew we were on at 7. Yes, a little bit different from our 1 o'clock start earlier in the week. Right. But again, yes, you know we're very flexible. KINZ and KLOMP Live. If you can't make a 7 o'clock show, want to be a part of all the action, we accommodate to your schedule. So that's what we did, and it was actually nice going back a little bit earlier, but nice to be back on in our regular company's time slot here.
That's right.
We kind of threw a wrench into the spokes for those like Joanne who tuned in and realized we were recorded earlier in the day.
That's right. And you got 4 cliches in right off the bat, so I'm proud of you.
4 cliches, yes. You haven't heard one in a few days, so it's time to talk cliches.
Okay, well,
I'm the king of cliches, right?
Or we could pass. So I'm still in Thunder Bay, hence you can see my dad's basement.
You still live in your dad's basement?
I do, yes. Yeah. This is life as a 46-year-old. That doesn't mean you're successful if you're still in your dad's basement.
You're an internet troll. This is where the internet trolls live, right there.
Yeah, that's right. So it's our third show, third Thunder Bay theme show. Yeah. Our last one, because I do travel home tomorrow. It's been an awesome week. I'll tell folks all about that when I get back, but it's been tremendous. But we have a pretty cool night. We have, Michael DeYoung and Scott Bradley coming on from the Thunder Bay Museum. I've been to this place many years ago, so I'm very curious for an update of what's happening there. Okay. And then for the second segment, we're doing some Thunder Bay trivia, and we're giving away 12 cans of KINZ and KLOMP live.
Yes. We're giving away our faces tonight.
Yes.
12 cans to someone who wants to play, and all you have to do to play is, engage in the trivia tonight.
Yeah.
Someone will win 12 cans. Now, if we get to the issue where someone doesn't, maybe let's say drink beer, you can win the cans, and we'll toss in something else. You can give the cans to someone who can enjoy the KINZ and KLOMP 705s.
Or for all legal purposes, if they're not 19, then we'll give them an alternate prize.
That's right.
Okay.
Case of pop or something.
Okay.
Snow cones from the mini golf.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll figure that out. So I know our guests are waiting. I'm really excited. We had an earlier chat with them today. And, Kinsman, right off, before we bring these folks from the museum on, you're not going to embarrass me and make no Ben Stiller Night at the Museum jokes, are you?
Come on. You just stole my thunder. I was gonna ask that question right off the hop, right?
Michael.
You know the gentlemen have ties to that movie, and I'm gonna ask them that question.
Michael and Scott probably get asked that 12 times a day, but
I think so.
I think I know so. So
I was gonna say, I said, are you ready for the night at the museum? You totally threw the wrench into my entrance here.
So I'm going to bring them on, and there we are. And there's Scott and Michael. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How's everyone?
Gentlemen.
Yes, thank you. Doesn't Scott look really good? I love his suit jacket.
Yeah, look at him.
Yes. And hello, Michael. So maybe we should start with an introduction with your roles at the museum, and maybe we'll start with Scott.
Sure. So I'm the executive director of the Thunder Bay Museum. I actually started my role in January of 2020, about 3 months before the pandemic started. So it's been quite the roller coaster for me.
I bet.
But yeah, I oversee the museum's strategic planning and goal setting, and a lot of the hiring and resource allocation for the museum, which all sounds really boring, but it's exciting to me.
Hey, every job's exciting to somebody. I think it's pretty awesome. And how about yourself, Scott?
Michael?
Oh, Michael. Yes, of course.
No, wait. Okay, no. I've been working in this position since 2017. I'm from Southern Ontario. Initially, I'm the curator and archivist at the museum.
Okay.
And so my role is mostly to oversee the museum's collections and exhibits. It's a fantastic job.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Well, congratulations. So right off the bat, maybe we'll start with Scott. For folks that, like myself, haven't been to a museum in a while, what can you expect when you go to the Thunder Bay Museum?
So are we talking like COVID restrictions, or are we talking just what's the experience here?
Just a normal day at the museum. Yeah. What are people searching for when they go to Thunder Bay, or just to any museum in general?
Well, I mean, obviously, when we come into the Thunder Bay Museum, we're in the historic former Fort William Police Station and courthouse. So a big historic building, Greco-Roman columns out front, and we have 3 stories of exhibits for people to enjoy. Our first floor is really kind of an immersive tour through what would have been a streetscape in Thunder Bay. So your first experience is learning about some indigenous cultures that were here in Thunder Bay and continue to be here in Thunder Bay, as well as some history of Silver Islet, a mine near here, and kind of the streetscape kind of takes you through time through about the 1950s, looking at the development of our community through resource development, and then looks at some little vignettes of businesses that have been in the area, from doctors' offices, sewing studios, grocery stores, and what that would have been like in our past. Our second floor is really where we have temporary exhibits. Most of the time, recently, we've had Albert the Albertosaurus and a paleontology exhibit, but Albert's in hiding right now. Well, we have 2 exciting temporary exhibits, which include the 2021 Grand National Fiber Arts exhibit, which is a traveling exhibit of 48 fiber arts pieces that are at the tippy top of talent and artistic endeavors, with everything from quilting to needle felting to kind of painting with thread. So really exciting stuff. And our other temporary gallery houses right now our traveling exhibit from Science North, which is the science of Guinness World Records. So this exhibit, funded by FedNor and NOHFC, and in partnership between Science North and Ripley's and Guinness World Records, has this immersive experience for kids where they can go in and they can do all kinds of experiments and attempt to beat world records. So whether it's drumming so many like 35 drum beats a second, how many lights can they tag on the wall? Can they stack so many Legos in a certain way? Can they do this cup challenge? So lots of interactive, tactile things to try out. Been really popular. We reopened to the public on Monday. We've already had a couple hundred kids come through that exhibit.
Oh wow!
No
And
we had that exhibit here in Timmins, I do believe, last year, right before COVID nipped us in the butt back in early March. We have Science Timmins. And again, the Guinness World Records were through here, and they had the one. I don't know if it's the same display that you have, but hanging on the ledge for as long as you can.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. And our third floor has we have a military exhibit up there, as a tribute to those who have served in Thunder Bay, as well as a little exhibit featuring the history of music in Thunder Bay and all the incredible stuff that's come from this community. So it's very exciting at the museum right now, and to have all the stuff back on, have visitors back in. It's all certainly different for our staff who've been tromping around the halls in absolute silence and kind of lonely, and now hundreds of people coming through in a few days is very exciting.
Yeah, that's good. And yeah, that is. So congratulations first on reopening. Obviously, that's very difficult on any organization when you got to be shut down for lengthy periods of time. It's nice to see the public welcome back in again. Now, just a follow-up question for you, Scott. So the world of museums, it seems like to me like they've changed in the last, maybe 5-10 years. They become more interactive, keeping up with current technology, more geared towards a younger audience, release sections for younger audience. Is that part of like a strategic goal to ensure that when you go in there, it's entertainment for all ages?
It certainly is, and certainly I would say that's been a push in the last 20 years to really try to modernize our approach to exhibits and really think about what educators are pushing as far as what is effective with kids, and certainly tactile experiences are really effective with kids and gearing content for them. The old system of stodgy exhibits with text and a few photos just didn't appeal to a bigger audience. It appealed to a certain segment of the population, and now we need to be much more oriented to families, and we need to be much more oriented to younger generations, even of adults, who are looking for unique experiences that create valuable memories. And so we have to gear ourselves towards that experience rather than just creating an encyclopedia of things that happen.
Right.
And so it can be really exciting. Michael, did you want to elaborate on that?
No, that's exactly it. I mean, it's a huge thing in the museum world right now, just to focus on things that engage people beyond just reading and photographs, things that really immerse themselves in the experience. So we're trying certainly to work on that a little bit more every year and get ourselves there. Yep.
Now, do other curators get in touch with other cities and their museums? Like, for instance, the Timmins Museum with Karen Bachman, and you guys ever, maybe exchange exhibits? One from Thunder Bay would come to Timmins, and Timmins would, send a different exhibit that way. So, people who can't travel within the cities and the northern portions of the province or the country can, experience these exhibits.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we just recently, last year, we had our exhibit on shipwrecks of Lake Superior tour, and it was in North Bay for a while. So it's great to build those connections and to allow exhibits from here to come. And then in exchange, North Bay right now is developing an exhibit that's coming here, which I can't give too many details about at this stage. But again, those kind of partnerships across Northern Ontario are really important.
That is very cool. And a question for you, Michael. I don't have your job description in front of me, but to me, if I simply understand it, you're sort of the guy that has to put responsible for getting the content in place and ensuring that when people visit the museum, there's different artifacts, different technology, there's different things people can learn. Is there anything right now that I'm sure you're proud of it all, but anything like you would like to boast about right now that's at the museum that would say, folks, it's time to give us a look?
I mean, right now, obviously, the most exciting thing at the museum, depending, at least in terms of an interactivity perspective, is the exhibit from Science North. Mm-hmm. But I'm really excited to say things that are upcoming that we know we're going to be really proud of. We're developing an exhibit on the merger of the Northwest Company and the Hudson's Bay Company, which we're pouring a lot of resources and time into, because it's a really important part of our history that hasn't really been told. And that's we're really excited about. So that's coming in the fall, but still come now as well.
Right. Yeah. No, that is awesome. You always got to have. I guess part of the role too is to have new things constantly. Right. You're not refreshing every week, but I suppose like an average trip to the museum could be at least be seasonal, where you have different types of events or different types of showcases. Am I sort of correct on this?
No, you're right on it, Jamie. So we do try to rotate exhibits, every 3 to 4 months. A lot of the traveling exhibits that we get from travel exhibit companies or other museums, they want to see their exhibits, changing out every 3 to 4 months and moving across the country. And it's important, especially for a small museum, to be offering new experiences for our visitors to be able to come into the museum and have a different experience when they come here. And the other thing is it allows us to be a little more flexible because museums need to be relevant to the population they serve. And so people need to be able to see themselves in the museum. And a small museum like ours, sometimes that means we have to kind of change things up, change exhibits out, so that we can apply some of that relevance to people. So when they come in, they can see, we've got a traveling exhibit on Jewish experience. We've got another traveling exhibit on Indigenous experiences. And so that we are constantly, trying to be relevant to those folks so they can see value in our institution.
I have a very much a Thunder Bay content question for either of you. So as you both are very aware, and I'll tell Mark, so we have a place here called Old Fort William Historic Park. The history of the fur trader is really cool. You can go there and see reenactments. So because we have the historic park here in Thunder Bay, do you folks sort of let them tell the story of the fur traders, or is that part of the museum storytelling also? So
I'll jump in on that. So our mission is to tell the story of Thunder Bay in Northwest Ontario. Mm-hmm. So while other museums and institutions may tell those stories as well, we certainly don't shy away from telling them ourselves. However, obviously, I'm not going to compete with a many-acre site and their ability to do that. And so we do partner with some of the other institutions, especially with Fort William Historical Park. And so they've helped us build some of our exhibits, and we've offered and helped provide content and research for some of the stuff they do. And it's complementary of each other. So it's not really competition.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it's a compliment and working together. But you both mentioned a point briefly a few minutes ago. Thunder Bay is very enriched in history, so it doesn't have to be a competition because there's so much storytelling to tell in the community.
Oh yeah, for sure. And even this week, so the exhibit that Michael's mentioning, the 1821 merger of the Hudson's Bay Company and the Northwest Company, we're partners with them on that. So they're providing a lot of the replica items, clothing and tools and furs that are going to go into that exhibit to help us. We're telling a story that's kind of outside their scope, but they're really able to help us flesh out that exhibit and make it really immersive and fun for people to experience.
Yep.
Do you get folks that come through the building and say, I'm relatively new to Thunder Bay and I want to know the history. So tell me all about Thunder Bay from beginning to end in 3 minutes. Do people want that quick version? And to me, that would sound like a very difficult task because, we're talking about hundreds of years.
I've never been asked that question, but I hope that people to the museum can sort of absorb as much of that as they can in their tour through the museum.
And there is value for us in offering that because we actually have a deal with the Multicultural Association of Thunder Bay, who serves a lot of people who are new to Canada, new immigrants or new to the area, and they're helping them get acclimated. And so we offer free tickets and other services for them so that they can kind of get that understanding of what Thunder Bay is quickly and easily. And so we really are proud that we're offering that to the Multicultural Association of Thunder Bay and their members.
Oh, that is a good point. When you're drawing in new residents to the city, it would be good to draw on the resources of the museum who can tell the story. I never thought of that before. Yeah, that's very interesting. That's great. So it sounds like you both and the team there develop a lot of working relationships with members of the community. That must be an important part of your strategic plan.
It is. It's really important to work with partners and to have good relationships with the rest of the community. When you're a small organization, we have 8 permanent employees. Mm-hmm. And so, but those partnerships, we can act like an organization of 50 people or 100 people because when we share resources or just do things that are complementary, we're just so much more effective in doing our mission and helping other people do theirs.
That's right.
And I wanted to ask the question. I know Jamie frowned on it when I was talking before this, but I said these gentlemen must hear the Night at the Museum comment or question every single time. Maybe it's not that silly of a question. Like, people probably go to the museum, maybe after watching a Night at the Museum, and they expect to see, the Ben Stiller characters and the strange things that happen behind a museum door. Do you get people going, I just saw the movie, I'm coming in to see the museum for the first time? Does it happen?
It does. And, depending on the movie that's out, sometimes it does create a little bit of a bump in museum attendance because people are excited about a particular topic and they want to explore it more, and they're going to come to the museum. And of course, we get all kinds of fun jokes and questions about mannequins. That's always the target.
Do they come to life? Right? Any ghost or haunting stories they want to hear? Right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that because you want your place to be fun and entertaining and educational, and definitely the movie drew out some of the fun of what museums have to offer, and it probably only helped the museum industry, from what I can guess.
Yeah, for sure, and I think a lot of museums capitalized on that and created their own events wrapped around that. I used to work for a museum that did Air Force stuff, and we did little kids put in alien costumes and had people dress up as pilots and had a fun night where people would come in after hours and interact with our exhibits with actors there. So definitely worthwhile.
How important is it? And maybe I'll ask Michael, maybe just in general. So, say if I live in Timmins and now I'm moving to Thunder Bay, and I've never been to Thunder Bay before, but I want to work at the museum. How fast do you need to get enriched in the culture, in the history, to be a museum employee?
It is a very competitive field, and really the most important qualifications for museum jobs are really about your skills in the field. Your experience in other museums, the knowledge that you have about the museum you want to work at is less important than your general skills. That comes later, and it just happens almost by osmosis when you work in this museum. I mean, you can't avoid it, but every day you're sort of absorbing the history a little bit by bit, and I sometimes have to step back and appreciate how neat that is.
Right. So there's no 24-hour crash course. To me, I feel if I was in your role, I'd be panicking and reading like 1,000 novels for the first. Okay, that comes through osmosis. It's more, how your skill set to do the different museum roles, to put it simply.
Absolutely.
Very interesting. I haven't been to the Thunder Bay Museum in a few years. I'm really happy to hear you folks are doing well since reopening. What are, I guess, simple questions. What are the hours of the museum, and what can folks expect in terms of COVID restrictions?
So during the summer up through Labor Day, we're open from 11 to 5, 7 days a week. After that, we'll be open 1 to 5, Tuesday through Sunday. So when people arrive at the museum, just like a lot of other businesses, our standard COVID restrictions are: you got to wear a mask, you got to do the pre-screening, and we ask everybody to wash their hands. And then we've got arrows on the floor, and Some of the bathrooms are closed off, the water fountains are closed off. So, and a lot of our interactive elements we had, some of our exhibits are closed off. And some of it's because, the constant cleaning would either damage those things or it's just not practical to do. So it's not the full experience, and we hope to get back to that, but certainly not a lot that would impede somebody from enjoying the museum and having a great time.
Well, that's great. That is, it's great to hear that the door, I suppose you folks are watching the restrictions very closely, because it's a long period of time to have closed doors and stagnant, no activity happening at all.
Yeah, it was 7 months, but I tell you, we did get a couple of big projects done when the doors were closed that we wouldn't have gotten done otherwise. So a couple of weeks ago, our entire archive, so 1,000 paper boxes, were basically out in the hallways as we replaced all the shelving in our archives. Oh. So it was all out in the exhibits, all over the place. And had the visitors been there, we couldn't have done that project. It would have not been possible. But we got it all put away about 4 days before the visitors came back. Nice. Quite the effort.
It was a race against time.
Yeah.
There are benefits with the COVID, obviously. A lot of negativity, but you got to take the good with the bad, and you can get some of the stuff that you would never get done normally, but you can actually tackle, which is quite the bonus.
No, that's wonderful. Well, congratulations on the reopening, and to both of you, obviously very passionate and educated in the museum industry, and we wish you all the best. And I leave tomorrow, but I plan on coming back in the next month or two, and you'll definitely see this ball cap coming through the doors.
All right, let us know. We'll give you a behind the scenes tour. We'll go see all the cool stuff.
That's right.
Absolutely.
All right.
And then, Mark, I'll find out what's going on with this Ben Stiller thing. Okay.
You see the T-Rexes come alive and whatnot.
Yeah, that's right.
After hours, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Thank
you both. We really appreciate your time, and the best of luck moving forward. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
Good night, guys. Talk to you later.
Good night.
Hey, bye-bye.
That it's so interesting, the museum. I call it the museum business because I'm probably not saying that properly, but it's very interesting what they do. It's like, how do you capture a whole history of a whole era or a whole area, pardon me, in just like a walkthrough? And obviously you don't do every little fact, but you got to be very strategic and very creative. And it's pretty interesting. And if anyone says, museums, when I went as a kid 30 years ago, it's boring, you just look at books and old photographs, you're wrong. That's not what museums are anymore. They're, like they said, they're very interactive, fun.
Well, that's it. Mm-hmm. And again, like he was saying, they've got the Science North exhibits going through their museum. They were here at Science Timmins last year. And of course, Karen Bachman, if you ever take a trip through our Timmins Museum, which Karen's going to be coming on our show, by the way. So we're going to get an update from the Timmins Museum and see how things are run here. And, the interaction between museums, they do the Thunder Bay to the North Bay Museum. Wonder if there's any other partnerships that, Karen will unveil when she joins us on.
Right. If there was a KINZ and KLOMP in like North Bay, we'd have to get along with them.
That's right. Right. And again, not everybody can travel. I know there's transportation, but for people who, are, in their own little bubble, they just want to, stay within their own four walls of their city. This is a good opportunity to take, an exhibit A from Timmins and share it to North Bay or, Thunder Bay or right across the country and vice versa, where you get to see different pieces of the country without even leaving your own city.
And you couldn't help yourself with the Night in Museum joke, eh? Like we
you have to ask that. They now gear some of the interaction based off that movie. And
Kinsman, I'll tell you, when I was 18 and going bald, I'd hear bald jokes, and but now I'm 46 and been bald for 30 years. Do you tell me a bald joke? It's like, oh, I get it.
Well, see, when we first met, we started this show 8 months ago. The bald jokes were probably every other day. Now it's run its course now. So I don't,
I know.
I leave your hair alone now.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, but I bring it up often. I've heard Mr. Clean 1,000 times, but both of them, Scott and Michael, that was awesome for them to come on.
Awesome guests. And again, Thunder Bay Museum doing wondrous things, as are all museums. So if you've never been, when people say there's never anything to do, take advantage of when museums are present. If you haven't been to the Timmins Museum, go see Karen. Karen is she'd talk your ears off and you wouldn't get bored of it because it's so interesting to go back to the histories of all the streets and why the streets are named trees compared to the numbers. There's a science to it. Aaron knows it all.
Let's just let the professionals handle that. I'm not asking you for a history tour, Kinsman, but what I'm asking from you, and it's very interesting, we're going to do the Thunder Bay trivia now.
Yeah.
We're going to ask 10 questions. It's going to be very simple. We have a 12.
Now, you can't answer these because you're from Thunder Bay.
Listen, but hold on. Yes, I cannot, and I can't win on my own trivia. I can't give myself our own prize. So if you haven't played before, we're going to pop up the question, and all you have to do is answer in the comment section. Now, everyone that answers is going to be, we're going to randomly select one person to win the 12 cans. And so the more you answer, the more time your names will be in the digital pile. So now,
glare off the light.
A very interesting fact, Mark, who's not from Thunder Bay and only drove by here, put these questions together. Very interesting.
See how tough they are. There are some plausible ones. If you've been following Jamie's videos this week, as he's been showcasing his home city of Thunder Bay, you just might be a shoo-in for those questions.
Right.
The guests that have joined us this week, but there are some doozies, and I just wanted to. I didn't want to make it too easy. I want to get people, thinking, going, I had no clue. And this first question is one of those ones that had me thinking. Here it is. Here, Thunder Bay almost won a Stanley Cup back in 1911. What was the name of the professional hockey club?
Now, you're a Leaf fan, so what do you know about Stanley Cups?
That's right.
Thunder Bay's going to win a Stanley Cup before the Leafs. You know that, right?
Yeah, you know what? It's sad but true. But 1911, that's what's 50 some odd years before the Leafs won their last cup.
Kinsman, you got no answers to this question. Zero.
Well, okay. I'll give you a hint. It's not named Thunder Bay in the title. Can I say who they lost to? They almost won the Stanley Cup in 1911. Professional hockey club at the time lost to the Ottawa Senators, believe it or not.
All right. Well, we got the Bearcats.
The Bearcats, no.
Okay, so it's not. So no one got that.
Just put a guess in. Anybody, even if you don't know, right or wrong, we're going to give you the answers, and you're going to have a chance to win our 12 cans regardless. So the answer is the Port Arthur Hockey Club. Who knew that one?
Check your I've never heard of Thunder Bay competing for. I'm going to have to do some fact checking. But
no,
I should have let me handle these. Let's see how you did on number 2. How big is Thunder Bay compared to France?
Yeah.
So what answers you're looking for is bigger or smaller or something like that, right?
Well, that's it. Yes, bigger, smaller, equivalent size. This one's almost a 50-50 guess. You're either going to get it, you're not going to get it. That boils it down to nothing.
There's a late answer. That's a right. But if you answer late, that's fine because your name gets
your name still gets in for the 12 cans. So there you go, Nicole. Yes, the Port Arthur. I don't know what they were called. Just the Port Arthur Hockey Club is what they were called.
Yeah. Okay.
So Janice says, "Oh, geez."
Okay.
But how big is Thunder Bay compared to France?
Barb says bigger, and Barb's from Thunder Bay.
No, that's wrong.
Well, I'm just telling you what Barb says.
Okay. Well, she says bigger. That's incorrect. And if you say yes, Samantha Mary Fortier, it is the same size. Believe it or not. So there you go. Okay. Samantha is in for a win for the 12 cans for the 705 Blonde Ale beers with KINZ and KLOMP Live.
The current mayor of Thunder Bay is.
This is an easy one. If you caught the episode a few days ago,
is it Al Hackner?
No. He comes up in another question.
Is it Eric Stahl?
No, not Eric Stahl.
Are you sure? Do you know any other famous people from Thunder Bay?
I do, but they're tied into the questions coming up, so I can't really say too much.
Mr. Morrow.
Yes. We'll give that one to Barb. Bill Morrow was on the show. He was a great guest a couple days ago, wasn't he? And then, yes, he is the current running mayor of Thunder Bay. Now, this one might be a little tough. Move on to question 4. BMX rider. This BMX rider who was born and raised in Thunder Bay won 9 X Game medals. What is his name? Anybody?
Tony Hawk.
Not Tony Hawk. No, that's skateboards.
Okay. Who's that guy with the long red hair there? Who does the
Carrot Top?
No, he's from the States though. I think. The Winter Olympics when they do this. What is that?
The half pipe.
Yeah, not him.
Not him. No, but a BMX rider who was born and raised in Thunder Bay. He won 9 X Game medals. What is his name?
Carol did not remember the mayor's name, but let's see. Oh, look at this.
Yes, Jay Miral is correct.
And Janice either Googled or piggybacking off the right answers, but either way, you're still in.
Does Janice get bonus points for putting like the middle, like both middle names in there? That is some serious Googling, Janice.
We just mentioned this.
Jay Miral is the name. Number 5 is this Thunder Bay attraction is Canada's largest living attraction and is deemed a Canadian signature experience. What do you think it is? Did you attend this week in your videos? I don't know, Jamie. I don't think you did.
I did not, but I've been here many times, and they've had a few events that have been really fun.
You can tell when I do the questions, right? I left the caps locks on. It looks like I'm yelling it. This Thunder Bay attraction, Canada's largest living attraction, and is deemed a Canadian signature experience.
So it's not the Sleeping Giant, but
not Sleeping Giant. No,
right? Barb again. Barb's cleaning house.
Yes, Barb. You can tell she's got ties to T-Bay. Barb got it with Fort William Historical Park.
Yeah, Sleepy Giant. I like that.
Sleepy Giant. Yeah. Well, it's a hot boxing giant this week. We couldn't see anything with the forest fire smoke. Maybe tomorrow. Right. Are you gonna have a chance to see a Sleeping Giant before you drive back?
I've seen it every day. I'm trying to get a good video of it because of the forest fire smoke. Let me read this one, Kinsman. Thunder Bay's Al Hackner is Canadian Hall of Famer curler, having won 2 Briars and a world championship. What is Al Hackner's nickname? Barb's going to get this. I know.
Say,
right off.
There we go. Barb got it with the Iceman. Yes.
That's very good.
So let's move on here. This is question number 7. Who founded the underground gym for disadvantaged youth in Thunder Bay? He was also a guest on our show this week.
Is it George Peary?
Not George Peary. No.
Steve Black?
Not Steve Black.
Stumped, Kinsman.
Anybody else? Anybody? Oh, Lori has, I think, the first name.
Yeah.
What's the last name? Peter.
Wow.
Peter, and we'll give you a hint. He says people call him Peter Pan the odd time. There's the clue.
I'm giving
Janice. Peter, what's his last name? Yes, there we go. Janice. Oh, she's quick on the typing. Panetta, it would have taken me forever to do that. Can you imagine having a Nokia phone trying to get these answers in? All right, here's number 8. The donut that has put Thunder Bay on the map. Everyone goes to Thunder Bay for this delicacy, which is only found in Thunder Bay and is a must-try. What is it?
I don't know if you read that verbatim, that question, but
did I ad-lib from my own question?
I do like this one. Gary, I don't even see the comment yet. I know it's no, we don't.
I ad-libbed. I can't stick to reading a script. Donut that has put Thunder. Okay, I'll read it now. The donut that has put Thunder Bay on the map. Everyone who goes to T-Bay, this delicacy is a must-try.
Yeah, I don't know if we call it a delicacy here, but it's definitely.
Well, if you Google it, it says it's a delicacy of Thunder Bay, and it is only found in Thunder Bay. There it is. The Persian, from the Persian Man, which you're bringing me. I put this question in here because remember I was supposed to remind you to bring a box back. There's so many here that want to try. The Lisa Picards, the Janices, the Masons. They all want to try some.
Okay, quick. Okay, kids. So we're on question 9, but I'm going to skip question 9 and go to question 10. We're still going to ask 10 questions, but this sunlight one. I like this one. This
You're
is
not using this one? This one is okay. You read this one.
These two cities merged to form Thunder Bay back in 1970. What are the two cities? And let me tell you, there was a vote to between these two cities what to call Thunder Bay. There was a vote, and I think it was between Thunder Bay, Superior, and the Superior. I believe were the three names. I believe.
Any correct guesses coming
yes,
in?
It is like a pink donut. Yes, it's an oval shaped pastry, deep fried with pink icing, but now they have like a whole bunch of different colored flavored icing.
Different flavors and stuff on them now.
Yes, Fort Arthur and Fort William.
That's right.
There's Dave Farrell, Fort William and Port Arthur. That's right.
So you skipped the sunlight one? Are we not going to go to the sunlight one?
Ah, terrible.
You think that's a terrible question?
Yeah. All right. We got one more to pick because we're going to ask 10 questions.
All right.
Which one? What number?
I thought the sunlight one was a good one. You don't think you think that's too tough? Let's pick a number there.
I like 17.
We're 17. There we go. Okay, here. Let me read this one. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. 17. This superstar composer, born and raised in Thunder Bay, once worked with David Letterman.
It's Jay Leno?
Not Jay Leno. No.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Not Weird Al Yankovic.
David Lee Roth? Eminem.
Not Eminem, no.
Tupac.
Any ideas?
I know this answer because
it's funny, on every episode of the show, they would always reference. He was never shy to say where he was from.
Yes.
Always was proud of Thunder Bay every time that he was on the show.
Yes. So there's also a street named after him in front of the auditorium here, and it is Paul Schaefer.
Yes, Paul Schaefer.
Paul Schaefer. Pretty close, Nicole, but Paul Schaefer. Yeah, Paul Schaefer. Paul Schaefer. All right, Kinsman. So now we've asked. You did a very, very good. You want to ask one last bonus one?
What's that? Can we bring the sunlight one back for the bonus?
All right. You want to ask?
This is the one right here. So number 9. Go back to number 9. It is Thunder Bay is known for being the sunniest place in Eastern Canada. How many hours of sunlight hit Thunder Bay each year?
Now,
probably a little bit different when forest fires are battling the north, but this is the average every year.
I'll tell you something about Thunder Bay too. It's weird to come here. There's only 7-digit dialing here. So I'm so used to saying, what's your phone number? 705, blah, 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 blah. Everywhere I go, people go, what's your phone number? And I start with 807, but there's only 7-digit dialing. It's a weird thing to get used to here.
I think the last time I had 7-digit dialing was when I was in Ajax growing up, back in my teens.
Okay. No one's gonna get. Who's gonna get this?
They do.
The guys at the museum aren't even gonna get this.
The museum guys would probably have this.
No,
it's in the thousands. We give the answer again. This is a learning curve. You're learning about
2,200
municipalities and cities. There, Nicole got it. 2,200 hours of sunlight, except when KLOMP goes on vacation and he brings the clouds and the forest fire smoke with him.
I see a couple 21-21s, but 2,200.
2,200 is the average. I don't know. Maybe it changed. I don't know. It changed when KLOMP showed up there this week.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what we go. So we asked 11. Yeah. We said we were going to ask 10. So if you haven't seen how we do these draws, for lack of a better system, I have a list of comments to my right. Mark cannot see the comments.
No,
so
we're randomly off on my screen.
Yeah, so we're randomly going to pick someone, and Mark's just going to tell me to start scrolling, then stop scrolling. Whoever it lands on. Now, say if I land on someone who gave a wrong answer, are they still going to be a winner?
They would still be a winner. Like we said, there's no winners, there's no losers. Everybody's a winner on our show.
So I'm scrolling now, Kinsman. I'm going up, down. I'm not even looking at the comments, okay? And you're going to tell me I'm not even looking. Stop right now.
Stop.
You sure?
Who's winning?
Lori Ball.
Lori Ball. She gets 12 cans of our KINZ and KLOMP Live 705s, which are now on sale at Full Beard Brewing. And again, if you live outside the city, you can have it delivered no matter where you are. All you have to do is go to their website, fullbeardbrewing.com, and then find the KINZ and KLOMP Live 705s and get them delivered to you. So Lori will deliver those beers to you, and you'll have 12 just in time for the long weekend. What a nice little treat there.
That's
refreshing treat from us.
You're very welcome. And it was, I wonder when I should ask Barb, but when are you coming back to Thunder Bay for a visit? I should ask that. Because as Thunder Bay people, we stick together there, Kinsman. That's right. All right. So I gotta get rid of this. And then what else we have to chat about?
I wanted to update the mini putt. Talking to Don Marcoux over at the Mini Putt Tournament of Fun. 35 new qualifiers are into the tournament. We're over 60 now for the August 21st tournament. And again, you just put a score in. You don't know what we shot, but you're hoping you're tie it. But 35 people have tied us since we played last week.
It's really funny because when we started off the Tournament of Fun, where you have to just tie our unknown score to qualify for the August 21st Tournament of Fun, we thought about 20 people would qualify for all 4 qualifying rounds. And now we have 65 after 2. Awesome.
I think we're going to have to get better. I think everybody else is, tying our scores. We're tying the pack. Mediocre golfers, all of us.
Yes. So Patricia Ballantyne is arriving in Timmins on Sunday, and I know that they're having a welcoming ceremony for her at the Hollinger Park, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to be Sunday afternoon, I do believe.
I can't wait. She's like, it's just tremendous what they're doing, and they're doing an awesome job keeping folks up to date of where they are and why they're doing the walk. Obviously, in support of the devastating news of the lost children for the residential schools. Patricia is a residential school survivor herself, coming from Saskatchewan, walking through to Ottawa, and it's going to be a real pleasure to have her in the Timmins community. And we're definitely going to be there.
We will be there. See pictures today. She's been in Hearst, Kapuskasing, on her way to Cochrane. Great to see everybody stopping to say hi, including yourself on your drive to Thunder Bay. You stopped to speak with Patricia. What was her mood? Was she tired? Is she?
No. They're very kind people. She has a team with her. I stopped, chatted with her and her husband. Amazing people, man. Yeah, amazing. And you'll see it for yourself. So that is awesome. What else do you got for me, Kinsman? The Timmins Rock.
Yeah, Timmins Rock, still some space available for the Timmins Rock and the NHL Celebrity Golf Tournament, which is coming up August the 26th at the Hollander Golf Club. If you want in, it's as easy as going to timminsrock.com. Get yourself in as a single golfer, or you can get a foursome in for $500. Good.
Yeah, that's going to be an awesome tournament.
We're at 75%.
Listen,
so there's still space.
They weren't last year. No people in the stands. This is how they generate their revenue. And if we want, we want a team to stay in the community, and this is part of how they're going to bounce back. So hopefully, folks can get out there. I'm going to save Timmins RV for the last because I know you've been waiting on some news for that.
Yeah, some exciting news from one of our viewers who ended up.
Here you go. I knew it. You're like me with the big beer reveal. Go ahead. Right. You've been waiting.
Yeah, Timmins RV, they've been with us since January to now, always, putting their trust and faith in KINZ and KLOMP Live. Hearing through the grapevine, a bunch of viewers have purchased RVs through Timmins RV, and one of our latest viewers to buy one is Janice. Janice Keene. There she is. Tweet the birdie. She was the birdie on the show. Remember I said a little birdie told us someone got it? Well, she has picked up her family a 2021 Springer RV, one of the Keystone RVs, and she wanted me to go through some of the amenities here and wait till the price, because this is why they're rolling off the lot there at Timmins RV. This thing has the walk-around queen bed. I do believe this is one of the ones that we toured, Jamie, with our videos. back before spring. The queen bed, the bunks for the kids, slide out. You get a sofa, a dinette, slide out. The trifold sofa comes with a skylight in the bathroom, fireplace, sleeps 8, a 7-year warranty. And what do you think the biweekly price is, Jamie? Because you haven't seen the price yet. What do you think they're paying for this?
$270.
No, 165 every 2 weeks for that Timmins RV. And again, it comes with a 7-year warranty. Amazing.
Wow. That is, well, congratulations to Janice McKean. Janice Keene and her family.
That's right.
We saw the pictures online today, and we're really happy for them. And
certainly.
Timmins RV, like we've been saying, this tenting thing, I don't know, you get a certain age.
You need the RV. And again, you see you see what the amenities of Janice. If you follow Janice on Facebook, see this beautiful RV. It's amazing. In fact, you can see it. You can see the one that they bought, TimminsRV.com, the 360-degree tour.
Yeah, we're happy.
Janice is driving in style, sleeping in style. You don't need hotels anywhere. You can go anywhere and park in parking lots, campsites. You've got your house on wheels there.
Yeah, they are awesome. They are so well. Congratulations to Janice and her whole family, and well deserved. I'm sure there's going to be some awesome family moments, and maybe one with me and Kinsman sleeping in the back. I don't know how awesome that is.
Invite us out. When COVID restrictions allow us all to, get back together again. We'll be able to.
I still have time to bring my tent. Yes. Yes, Janice is a beautiful person and an amazing friend. 1,000% agreed. Okay, so I left you for the week, and you've been everywhere. The Lunas, you're out there, like you love their cooking, you love their specials. What's shaking this week at La Luna's Variety?
Well, Melissa Michaud, if you haven't been at 332 Commercial, make sure you do go. Daily Facebook specials, and here's the one that popped up today. 2 hamburger sliders with mini fries for $5.99. And here's for the sweet tooth in you, the funnel cake boats. She's got waffle boats, ice cream sandwich waffles, and banana boat funnel fries. If you haven't tried, if you think the funnel cakes are amazing, wait till you try the funnel cake fries. All of those items there, $8.99, and they're ginormous. And again, you'll need a few people to eat the funnel cake boats. But again, she's doing some magic there at the corner of Commercial and Cloutier. 332 Commercial.
Yes, they are doing. I think they're very creative over there. They're always coming up with new, and their prices are so cheap. We love them, Kinsman, just like our good friends at Lucian. And we tell people, listen, don't be scrambling in September. I see a lot of people posting on Facebook, I want to work. Okay, well, here you go. Bus driver, great wage, full training starting in September, Monday to Friday. Have your weekends off. Bring your little kids with you. Even if you've never driven a bus before, the 2 people on the screen did. This is a good paying, great job. So I've been telling people on Facebook, they go, I'm bored. I want a job. Well, this is a good one.
Certainly is. And again, get those resumes in. They've got the crunch. They've got, the depressing, you hear the commercials everywhere on, TV, 6 weeks to go. Well, they need bus drivers within 6 weeks. And again, you can get the training done. If you take the 3 days in class and then the 20 hours of driving, which you saw Jamie and I do in the video, you get a $500 sign-on bonus. And Pat, Penny, everybody who works at Lucian will welcome you with open arms, give you a nice $500 check, and say, here you go. Here's your bus. And again, you can work at your own pace, park it in your driveway. It's the best part-time job.
Yes.
It's really well.
Head over to their Facebook page and apply today, Kinsman. Apply today. All right. And finally, we both will return, because we did it individually 2 weeks in a row, to the farmers market on Saturday. And they got music. They got music, right?
They have some music. Talking to Rock We Sell, they just inked the deal with, guess who? Kelsidoscope. Remember Kelsey Ides from way back? She's been on our show twice. She's an inspiring upcoming musician. She's going to be playing the entire 9 to 12 at the farmers market on Saturday. So we can't wait to run into Kelsey. We haven't seen her in a while. And guess who else is going to be at the farmers market? My little guys are going to be with me. So
nice.
you get to see the mini KINZs with us when we're doing the video. So if you want to see hectic while we're trying to do a video in serious form, you're going to see my little guy. I'm going to be chasing them. Jamie's going to be, okay, Mark's gone looking after his two little ones there. But,
yeah. So the return of both of us in front of a camera after some time. I'm looking forward to it. This market's tremendous, and I like how they're doing it because every week there's new vendors. So there's lots of things people go to for the same products, but there's also every week you go, you get to see a bunch of new cool stuff. And, all local and community folks who haven't been able to showcase their products and services for over a year. And we like to help them out as much as we can.
That's right. And if you see Sunrise Orchards, remember that they're the ones hit from that tornado a few weeks back. Yeah, they're finally coming back, and show them some love. They definitely need the support. Their crops were severely damaged with that storm. And they're swept through Barrie.
And there is Carol. Will be there on Saturday, so maybe we'll see Carol there.
Yeah, we'll see Carol there. And you know what happens when I bring my little guys? It's going to be hard. That's where you get to see, the parental side of KINZ, right? I'm like, okay, the waffle fry, everything. The kids that want everything, so I have to limit them and say, okay, you can take, this, and hopefully they pick the healthier snack. But then again, there's no rules really on the weekend, right?
I'm with Mason. He says bring sleeping bags and marshmallows for camping. So I don't go with these healthy snacks, Kinsman.
No. Waffle on a stick. Like honestly, you know what? This is it's actually good to bring my little guys to the farmers market because waffles on a stick will probably happen. And how often do you have a waffle on a stick, right? You get to try some new stuff, and say the kids wanted to try it when it was really me that wanted to try.
I have it every Saturday at the farmers market. I'll stop by and say hi Saturday. So that is great, Diane. Yeah, they're doing an awesome job over there. All right, Kinsman, do you know what the real name of the sleeping giant is?
Mm-mm.
How do you not know this? Do you know it's one of the great wonders of the world?
Is it one of the 7 wonders of the world? The sleeping giant is one of the 7 wonders?
The sleeping giant is the wonder of the world. The wonder.
It is. And you're going to get a good video of it for us tomorrow. A picture, hopefully before you take off there.
I am. I'll be doing that tomorrow morning. But I'll let you figure that out on your own and read the story. And it's pretty cool. All right, my friend. I guess next time I see you, I will see you in Timmins.
At the farmers market Saturday. You have yourself a safe commute back. Again, you might run into Patricia coming back because she's still walking into Cochrane over the next couple of days.
Nana Bijou, that's right. Barb knows. Barb knows everything about
Barb knows everything. You think she grew up in Thunder Bay or something.
All right, my friend. I'll see you down the highway.
You got her, buddy. Cheers. We'll see you Saturday.